exploded this. Yeah.
so quite rightly, as Harris said, I think it's a really important distinction to make that ordinary life members and honorary life members are separate things. I think honorary life memberships are important to recognise people who've given a significant contribution to NUSU. Sorry, I think I said honorary life members. Ordinary life membership is basically just another way of saying alumni at this point, so it's really important to suspend that, I think, because currently you could argue in the policy that any alumni can join a society, and that's obviously not reflected in the current state of NUSU policy. So yeah, I definitely support this motion.
Thank you. Yeah, see no against speakers, so we can move to vote. Thank you. So 86.21% for the motion and 13% against the motion. That motion is passed. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the motion. Somehow we went back faster than a tree. And we now move on to elections for positions selected by council. I'd like to invite the chair of scrutiny to take the microphone at the back to explain what the disciplinary committee position is, please.
Should have a clearer purpose like in the next few weeks or so. Cheers.
Okay, thank you. So if you wish to put yourself forward for the disciplinary committee, there is one place remaining. Please type your name in the chat along with the disciplinary, so that's what you're going for. While that is occurring, I would like to invite Brianna to come to the microphone to briefly say a few words on welfare campaigns and the executive committee.
Okay, I'm gonna try sell it this time because I've come off a few councils in a row now and I really want some people at this exec. So as the name suggests, welfare campaigns and liberation, it's a chance really, I guess the way I like to use it is a moment to talk about current welfare issues which are going on within our uni. It's also a really great chance to meet your liberation officers and see what kind of projects and initiatives they would like to run, what campaigns are going on with the university, and also how you can get involved, how you can be a part in shaping them. It's also a great chance to find out more about different NUSU departmts, like Nightline, come and give an update. But I think more than anything, it's a place to discuss what's going on in the student body and how we can kind of fix it, what feedback you'd like to give from the university, to know a bit more about the ins and outs of my role and what I'm actually doing, and yeah, to be a part of shaping that. So I think it's a really critical place where we can actually make a difference, and I would love to have a close-knit team of people who enjoy collaborating and working together. So yeah, if I know there's a lot of people in this room who are already in it, but if you're not and would like to be, please do get involved.
If you'd like to put your name forward for the WCL exec. Please type your name in the chat, along with welfare. You've got 15 seconds to do so. Also, if you're wandering around this area, please don't step on the cables. Okay, so we've got no nominations for those.
Hang on.
Okay, we've got one nomination for welfare, which is Rachel Baines. There's 10 seconds for anyone to object, otherwise that will go through. Okay, congratulations, you're now welfare. I'd like to open the floor to student notices. Please type a Q into the chat if you wish to provide a notice to council. Owen Lukens, if you'd like to take the mic at the back, please.
Hang on a second, I'll go there.
Olivia Scott, if you'd like to take the mic up here, please.
Hi, I just want to say thank you all to come, for everyone that's come to council over the past few weeks. I know you'll all have been probably very busy lately, but we do really appreciate you coming and contributing because the university does really value what what council says, and it's been really helpful for us. Also, just a little plug, we currently have our Be Heard campaign going on, and that is basically your chance to tell us what you want to see the student union look like. Please fill it in. You go into a prize draw. That feedback is so valuable for us. We're creating our 3-year strategic plan this year, and a lot of the things that come from there will feed into that. Please. Also, we have our Nest Winter Appeal. I think Abby mentioned it before, but if you can't donate money, you can donate your time. Next Thursday and Friday, we're having a little elf day, and we'll be wrapping all the gifts. I've been currently emailing every lecturer and staff member in the university that I know, essentially begging for money. Well, some of them, you've got to use your connections somehow for good. If you've got a house of, say, 5 people, £2 each, if you can spare it, would buy a care package for one of the families that's living in a hostel at the moment. The Just Giving page, if I'm allowed, I'll put it in the Teams chat at the end. Donate if you can. If not, if you're able to donate your time. Thanks.
Owen Lukens? Yeah, no, back. Make sure you speak loudly and clearly.
Hello all. The Raising and Giving Society have their Comedy Christmas Bingo coming up next Monday, the 3rd of December.
Sorry, can I just ask you to be closer to the mic for me, please?
Hello, is that better? Fantastic. The Raising and Giving Society, I got the date wrong. The Raising and Giving Society have their Comedy Christmas Bingo. Everyone will be in Christmas jumpers on the 13th of December, which is this Monday coming up. We are raising money for Save the Children, which is a fantastic international charity. And it's run by Bingo Revolution, which usually costs close to like 10 quid to go, and our tickets are about 5 quid. Even cheaper if you've got a RAG membership. So yeah, come. If you don't come, you hate charity. So.
The council recognises George Portfield, the student media officer.
Yeah, so we've got a new issue of the Courier out on Monday. It's the Christmas issue, final one of the year. So, yeah, pick that up when you see it on campus next week. And I just want to say well done and thank you to everyone here from Student Media today and everyone in Student Media full stop for all their hard work this semester, because it's been tough. We've not had computers for most of it. We've had constant tech problems and things like that. And obviously, given how everything's been, we're coming back from COVID and COVID looming and everything, it's been tricky, but everyone's done a great job. So thank you for all your hard work. All right.
Lizzie Mead, if you want to wait for Mike to bring you the microphone. Or someone at the back.
I'd just like to remind people that as head of current affairs, I am doing an 11 a.m. radio show next Tuesday on the Courier Current Affairs, where I bring a bunch of our awesome writers in to talk about articles, if you're interested in listening to NSR stuff. Also, I'm environment and ethics rep, and I've been doing a lot of neat stuff lately with that, and if you have any questions, you can contact me at e.a.mead1@newcastle.ac.uk, or just log into your Outlook and do a search for Lizzie Mead, that's Lizzie with an IE, and that should bring that up as well. Thank you.
Any more for any more? Yes, Abby.
Yeah. Wait, are we done? Do I need to do?
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I have 3 quick things. First thing, please get involved with our Be Heard campaign.
How much is the cash prize, Abby?
It's a lovely sum of money that will be great, but more importantly, we want to hear your voices. So I'm just reiterating that. Be heard. Secondly, Liv just did a little link in the chat. The work with Nest is amazing. You may well have been involved in some of the volunteering work within the union already. But yeah, just a little reminder, because I know my State of the Union is very long. But if you would like to get involved in that, just a small donation, or if you'd like to donate your time by coming and helping us on Elf Day and wrapping the gifts, then please do. There'll be comms on NUSU's Instagram page and Facebook page and everything, so you can get involved. Finally, George will love it. I think, and this is, big hats off to Harris, to everyone involved in Student Council. But I think that in the name of the microphone, I'm going to give the chocolate to you today. Every single student union council, the person with the microphone, they don't receive praise for their job at the microphone. But I appreciate it. You don't have any allergies, do you?
The ingredients on the back, I know the ingredients have to be out.
What's the date today? The 9th. I'll get you the little 9 one. There's nothing in there.
You know what, it's in spirit, it's alright.
I might have had a little nibble.
Okay. Okay. So that's actually what's second with student notices. So now we want to the open debate. If Livia would like to come and introduce it at the ground.
Hello. Steve, this is something in steering we all decided. I know we're kind of preaching to the choir as you're all here, but I think council's a great thing, like I was saying earlier, but I think that there is definitely things that we could do to make it more appealing. I think it can be a complex structure. It's confusing, there's a lot to learn, and in some ways that's brill, and some people love that kind of thing, and that's mint. But I would say in general, average student doesn't know that we have a student council, and I think we would love to be able to empower more voices, get more people involved. The more voices we have, the better, the more heard you are, and the more likely, the uni is likely to take, the more likely the uni is to listen. There's power in numbers and all that. So, yeah, if anyone's got any ideas, we've tried food, we've tried pizza, we're putting it all over social media. Harris did a brilliant video. He's now Insta famous. If anyone's got any ideas as to how to make it appealing. Oh, I don't know if you saw Laura, who's here before. She has a social media assistant. That's what she was filming for it.
Maybe we need to do a dance.
Oh, wait, no. I draw the line. But no, in all seriousness, if there's, again, I'm asking people who are at council, so maybe it's the wrong set of people, but please, I'm guessing all of your mates don't come to council all the time, so any ideas, please? Thanks.
Thank you. Much as our intent being Insta famous. Recognize George Wood, speech open open the debate.
Yeah, so can you?
Let's get
Sorry, I'm good,
Mike
I'm good.
White to it.
Right. Yeah, I just wanted to speak a little bit about this. So I think one thing that's kind of a barrier to people coming to council and sharing their ideas is, I guess I want to use the word bureaucracy. Like, it's quite a formal, rigid way of submitting a motion and a way it's spoken about. And obviously for some of us that's helpful, and for some of us we kind of like it that way. But one thing I would maybe like to see is a designated person at NUSU who can sort of consult people on motions and then come to council and represent them. So someone who can, I think the quietest voices are often the most valuable ones. And I think having someone where a person could go to them with a kind of verbal idea, and that person could help translate that into the formal structure of a NUSU motion, and then help them bring it to council and propose it. Having that would be really helpful, because I think currently there's support after the point you've written your motion, but up to that point it's quite hard to find help with it. So if that position currently exists, publicise it, and if it doesn't, make it.
Thank you. Chris?
So I've kind of been preaching about ease of access and greed in one of our meetings it was regarding Be Heard and that whole movement, but I think it applies here as well. It's very hard for people to make a commitment to come here and kind of disrupt their daily lives or give up on something else that they might want to be doing. So I think if we bring council or restructure council in a more modern way, it will be easier for people to actually come here or share their ideas. It might not even be necessary to come here. It could be done with online platforms, or it could be done with societies. There's a lot of different ways that it can be restructured. But just the current idea and the whole some people as it is to others.
Thank you. Alex Walker?
So in the words of W. Somerset Maugham, unless they see you all the time, they forget you ever existed. I think that's part of the problem here. We need to make sure that we're obvious, advertised, that students are engaged with what goes on in this room. Kaylee does an excellent job writing about these sessions for the Courier. We need more of that. We've got to be something that looks interesting. Because I think we do quite interesting stuff. And we talk about interesting things, and students, if they knew more about what goes on in this room, would want to come to it. So we need to publicise ourselves better, I think.
Lizzie?
Hello. Well, I think that a large part of the reason students aren't as interested in council is because these days students tend to see council as being, well, no, actually, no, not even council. They tend to see university as like more of a product than an experience. So they don't feel a need to try to build genuine community. I mean, a lot of people I run into in, say, my course are like enjoying university, and then they have a group of friends, and like it's definitely an experience for them, but at the same time they don't really see a need to get involved in like something bigger which will help other current students and future students or give back to the greater community. So I think honestly the only way to get more people involved would be to sort of shift the perception of university as being like a place where people are actively engaging with their own learning and things like that, as opposed to somewhere you go, you pay some money, and you get a piece of paper at the end saying, I can do chemistry. That's all.
Owen?
Hello. Perhaps in response to George Wood's point, sorry, on if there was a person who could be there. So like students who don't have voting places on council could go and talk to them about motions and whatnot. Pretty much everyone in this room, or certainly most of us who are voting, are representing other students through school reps or liberation officers or various other things. Would it potentially be more practical, rather than nominating one person to be the source of all sort of uncategorized motions, to empower all of the people who have voting places here, or certainly those representing other groups of people, to be that point of contact for the group or student group that they're representing?
Amelia?
Maybe getting like committee members of societies involved would be a really good start. I think that there's some societies that would really be a massive part of council, like Mind the Gap would be a really good representation of mental health. I know the Feminist Society would love to get involved with council, so maybe making sure that they are fully aware of it, maybe through people in the room who are part of societies. If also anyone wants to contact me about accessibility, I'm more than happy to help council. I don't know who sorts that stuff, but yeah.
Logan?
Hi, so this is actually my first time here, so I thought it'd be first off to mention that, and it's very much linked to what Amelia said, was that it was our president of Model UN who talked about what the council was, and that's how I got involved here today. The existence of such organisation would be a good start to spread around, because I never heard of what this was or was told of its existence at all. A good idea would maybe kind of have an officer of engagement and participation officer of some kind. I know other societies in the politics department actually went into lectures and actually just briefly described what it was and what you do there. That would be a good way to go through, but also maybe said officer could go around to societies themselves and also brief them on that. I think starting point would be to allow people to know that this exists and then go from there. Thank you.
Lydia?
I'm just quickly thanking everyone for some quite practical ideas, because I think this is the thing is often people and me myself are like, I want this to happen, and I'm like, yeah, but how? A lot of my job is working out, but how? And technically, the thing is, my role is technically council is very much in my remit, and now Eleanor's, but her role's only been existing for about 3 years. So it's kind of me, Connor, and Laura who tag team council. I do think the idea of having somebody there to facilitate motions would be quite helpful, or even just in the interim, because I don't know how realistic for this year or the next year at least getting a new member of staff is. At least some sort of PDF potentially, or a little video on how to submit a motion, and maybe seeing a motion be written would be helpful. I don't know if anyone would agree with that, because I know for me, I found council, it was in my manifesto, I wanted to keep it hybrid, which we've done, but making council a bit more accessible in whatever that word means to you. I want as many diverse voices as well, so it's great that it's gone into politics, lectures, but I'd like to go in other ones. I know medicine, I always get told by the medical school our students don't have time and things like that, and I get it, but I'd love to see it in other ones, because I think it's not just for politics students. I've had a few people be like, oh, I don't know a lot about politics. I'm like, it's not about party politics. It genuinely isn't. You're a student at Newcastle, you're more than welcome to come to council. We do have 20 open places every single time, so please tell your friends, tell anyone at societies or anything, they don't have to be an elected officer or be part of a certain committee and elected into this. We've always got 20 voting spaces, and to be honest, very rarely are they all taken. So if you've got anyone who you think would even enjoy it, they can come, and if they want to leave halfway through, that is so fine. No one's going to judge you if you get up and leave, or if you just join and leave. Come try it, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. Just know that that's open. You don't just, once you come to one, you don't have to come to them all. I think that's a big thing for us as a team, to just let everyone know you're not committing yourself to every single week. And if you have to miss a council sometimes, life happens, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, thanks.
Can't imagine missing council. Celestine?
Okay, thank you. Actually, today is my first day of being physically present here. I think one of the where we need to make this council appealing to students is to scale
Sorry,
up.
I can't hear you. Can you speak up
Is
a
to
bit?
scale up sensitization, leveraging on the existing platform with the massive reach of students. Because presently, there's where you can mention council. No student know about what it means. So we need to scale up sensitization. And that has to include the mandate of council, the activities of council. And by so doing, it will make it attractive. For instance, I can remember, I represent my institute. So we've not been hearing the voice of, since I came, I've not been hearing the voice of a student. But I leveraged one platform which I communicated to students. And the responses I got was so encouraging. They were free to air out their mind, to say something. Why? Because I have leveraged that platform, and they got encouraged to send them their feedback. So please, let's see how we can scale up sensitization on the mandate and activities of council, leveraging on the existing platform for massive reach of students. Thank you.
Thank you. Sramya?
Hi guys, I think one way to which we can get the responses is like if we're allowed to like bump into the lectures, obviously after like consulting to the module leader, we can just go and represent our motions and ask the students for like if they can come to the council and give their votes to it and just take around 2 to 5 minutes and just talk about it. I know it's not possible to like go to every lecture and do that, but like even if we do it for like quite a few bits, so yeah, if that makes sense.
Thank you. Amy?
Hi, I know Alex mentioned about my articles, thank you again. And for anyone who doesn't know, I do kind of have this theme where I seem to be writing up every single meeting, which is fun and also laborious, so I'm always typing away. I actually made a joke to George earlier that every council meeting I write up is an infinity stone, and at the end of the year I can like, and then they'll all be there. So yeah, just any shares on those would be appreciated, so it kind of gets them around. I try and like format them in the easiest way to understand possible. So if you guys could share them around, get people to know what's going on and stuff, yeah, that would be appreciated. But it's a lot of fun doing them, and yeah, infinity stones.
I'll take a final point from Izzy.
Will this one be the one with the gong?
Okay. For me, I've only been a part of student council for 2 years, and then in first year I did hear about it, but I feel like the word, might be a bit radical, but the word council has a lot of connotations of being a bit stuffy, a bit old. Maybe like a change in the name. I don't know if that's a bit wild. I don't know if that would even be possible, but yeah. Oh God, no, like I don't know, like student voice or something like that, where it's not just about like it sounds so politicized, I think, with the word like council. When I guess it is student politics a bit, but it's more about like us making a change. And also, I guess just being able to see those changes like through Kaylee's stuff and just like seeing we've done this in council. This is what, if you come to council, you can make a change, basically.
Thank you. Just before I invite Lydia to surmise the open debate, just as a way of council feedback, and I'll permit a show of hands for this because it's just the people who are in the room. Do you find it easier to go to the front and back of the room to the 2 stationary mics, or do you find it easier to wait for a boom? Is that okay? That was a question without, you can't answer the hand. Put your hand up if using 2 2 mics at the end of each room is easier than waiting for a boom to come and approach you. Okay, thank you, that's useful to know. Go ahead. Just as a kind of, I guess, slight point of information from my perspective as chair of council, because there's things mentioned about kind of an engagement officer for council, and I would consider that to be within the remit of myself. It's something I'm more than happy to kind of start doing, and in fact I mentioned it in my report, that is something I'm going to start doing. And also, it's I'm also would consider my remit to kind of help facilitate council to be also somebody who people can approach and email at chair.union if they want advice on submitting motions. As I do believe steering as a whole can consider the option, as well as certain members of staff within the Your Voice team, so the rep and dem manager and the campaigns. CDC? The Campaigns Democracy Coordinator, right?
Yes,
Yes.
cdc.uk.
Okay, and but there is feedback that needs to be perhaps a bit more obvious. So that's great. Does that come summarize the motion?
Yeah, I mean, I've said thank you about 5 times, but like, thanks for taking part. I think essentially what we've all decided is that there's a lot of things we can do, but shouting about it is probably a good way forward. So, but you all have power in the room to do that. Like, you can tell people, you can share Kaylee's stories, you can. Please follow the Your Voice Instagram. Shameless plug for Connor's baby. No, seriously though, like, share it. If you've got questions, message Harris, message me, message Connor, message Laura. Somebody can help. And we don't bite and steering. Like, we might correct your motion a little bit and be like, this would be better if you did it this way. But it's just helpful advice. It's not supposed to be like, this was terrible. It's just advice to make it fit with our policies and things. But yeah, thanks for participating. I thought that was brilliant. And look at that. What a happy council tonight.
Alright, so, guys, listening? So, that's the end of council. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Reminder that there are drink vouchers to grab for Loopers and also chocolate. And the next council will be February. Thanks, everyone.
They have to be used today. Watch the lights, guys. I'll come here. They have to use it today, guys, and then treat them afterwards. Yes, I
Thank you.